A 63-year-old man stepped into a café not long ago, and almost immediately, several women in their 40s glanced in his direction. It wasn't because he was a celebrity or trying to attract attention. Something about the way he carried himself, moved through the room, and occupied the space naturally drew their eyes. What you're about to discover are the specific body parts that often spark this kind of instant reaction. These are the physical features many women notice almost automatically, often within moments of seeing a man. This may challenge some common beliefs about aging and attraction. Relationship therapist Esther Perel has spent years exploring the psychology of desire, and her observations reveal an intriguing pattern. As women grow older, attraction frequently becomes more refined, more selective, and in some respects, even stronger than the simpler forms of attraction often experienced in youth. And when it comes to men over 60, women aren't looking where you think they are looking. Many men assume that getting older makes them invisible in the dating world. They believe physical attraction is reserved for younger men with athletic bodies and youthful appearances. This belief, however, can prevent them from recognizing opportunities to form meaningful connections. Research published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that women's preferences evolve with age. While younger women may place greater emphasis on traditional standards of attractiveness, women over 35 increasingly respond to what researchers describe as character indicators, physical features that hint at deeper personality traits and life experiences. What's especially interesting is that these physical indicators are often linked to body parts that many men rarely think about. They are parts they have never once considered improving or even paying attention to. According to Esther Perel's work on desire, attraction operates on several levels at once. While the conscious mind may express one set of preferences, the body often responds instinctively to entirely different signals. Body cue number 1, the eyes and facial expressions. Women naturally pick up on physical signals from men, often without realizing it. Their minds quickly assess things like health, confidence, emotional availability, and even relationship potential. Certain physical features provide these clues faster than others. Among the 5 body parts I'm about to reveal, the 4th is one that many men tend to overlook completely, despite the fact that women continue to pay close attention to it. Improving this feature can create a surprisingly powerful difference. Now let's break this down. Number 1, the hands. Hands are often one of the first things women notice, and they continue to observe them throughout interactions. Relationship expert Esther Perel has described hands as an important symbol of intimacy. According to her, hands reveal a great deal about how a man interacts with the world, handles responsibilities, and potentially treats the people around him. When women look at a man's hands, several things tend to stand out. The first is grooming. This doesn't mean having perfectly manicured hands, but it does mean basic care. Clean, trimmed nails and an overall well-kept appearance matter. Surprisingly, many otherwise attractive men neglect this simple detail. Body cue number 2, posture and shoulders. Research conducted by a major grooming company found that nearly 7 out of 10 women have been immediately put off by poorly maintained hands during a first encounter. Women also pay attention to how hands move. Calm, controlled gestures often suggest confidence and self-assurance, while restless or fidgety movements can signal nervousness. Whether a man gestures naturally while speaking or keeping his hands hidden also communicates something about his comfort level. Another factor is capability. Many women notice signs that hands have been used productively, whether through building, repairing, creating, or working. This may explain why the phrase, "good with his hands," carries such positive and even romantic associations. It often reflects competence, skill, and reliability. One woman described meeting a 64-year-old man at a social gathering. The first thing she noticed was his hands. They showed signs of use and experience, yet they were clean and well cared for. As he spoke about his woodworking projects, his hands moved naturally and confidently. To her, they suggested someone who was creative, attentive, and capable. For men over 60, maintaining attractive hands requires very little effort. Regular moisturizing, keeping nails neat, and becoming aware of hand gestures can make a noticeable difference. Slow, intentional movements tend to communicate confidence and composure. Rapid, anxious motions often convey uncertainty, regardless of what is being said. Anthropologist David Givens, who specializes in nonverbal communication, has noted that hand gestures rank among the strongest signals of attraction in human interaction. From an evolutionary perspective, hands provide valuable clues about health, competence, and personality traits. Number 2, the forearms. Many men are surprised to find out how much attention women pay to forearms. Yet numerous studies found that forearms rank unexpectedly high among the male features women find attractive. In some cases, they are rated above the chest, abdominal muscles, and occasionally even close to the importance of the face. For men over 60, this becomes especially relevant. Forearms are one of the few areas of the body that are frequently visible during everyday life. While the chest is usually covered and upper arms may be hidden beneath sleeves, forearms become visible whenever sleeves are rolled up, when reaching for something, or simply during warm weather. Esther Perel refers to these visible physical traits as body cues, small details that quietly communicate information about a person's character, lifestyle, and confidence. Number 4, the jawline and facial hair. Attraction is often influenced by what relationship experts call microexposures, small, natural moments that reveal something about a person and spark interest. Think of a man casually rolling up his sleeves, exposing his forearms. It's not a deliberate display, yet it creates a subtle sense of intrigue. Forearms fit perfectly into this concept because they quietly communicate strength and capability. The muscles in this area are associated with practical tasks such as lifting, gripping, and controlling objects. As a result, they unconsciously signal competence and physical effectiveness. A woman in her mid-50s once shared a story about a contractor who came to repair her kitchen cabinets. By her own description, he was fairly ordinary, average height, a typical appearance, and well into his 60s with gray hair. Yet when he rolled up his sleeves to begin working, her perception changed. His forearms reflected years of experience and practical strength, making him suddenly seem far more attractive. Laughing about the experience later, she said she had never realized she paid attention to forearms until she found herself unable to ignore them. Interestingly, this is one area where aging can be an advantage. Years of physical activity often create a natural definition and character that cannot easily be replicated through exercise alone. Maintaining basic strength, staying active, and caring for skin health can help preserve this quality. Simple habits make a difference. Drinking enough water supports skin appearance, grip strength exercises help maintain muscle tone, and being willing to wear shorter sleeves occasionally allows this feature to be seen. Men who always conceal their forearms may be overlooking an understated asset. Number 3, the eyes and what surrounds them. At this point, attraction moves beyond simple physical traits and into the realm of emotional communication. Everyone understands that eyes matter, but women, particularly those over 35, often pay attention to much more than eye color or shape. Relationship expert Esther Perel has written about what she calls the gaze of presence. This refers to the way someone's eyes reveal whether they are genuinely engaged in the moment or mentally distracted. As people grow older, this quality tends to become easier to recognize. For men over 60, the eyes often tell the story of a lifetime. Fine lines around the eyes, commonly called crow's feet, are not necessarily viewed negatively. Research from Western University in Canada suggests that smile lines often make people appear warmer, more authentic, and more trustworthy. Signs of years spent laughing, expressing emotion, and experiencing life can add to a person's appeal when paired with sincere eye contact. What women are scanning for specifically includes 3 elements. The first is attention. Does a man appear fully engaged, or does he seem distracted? Does he focus on the person in front of him, or does his gaze constantly wander? Genuine attention is immediately noticeable and difficult to imitate for long. The second is expressiveness. When discussing something meaningful, do his eyes reflect emotion? Do they brighten with excitement, soften with empathy, or intensify with passion? Eye behavior often reveals emotional openness more clearly than words. The third is health. Bright eyes, clear whites, proper moisture, and alertness subtly signal vitality and well-being. Even when attraction is not a conscious consideration, people often register these indicators automatically. One woman recalled meeting her current partner when she was 58 and he was 62. What stood out to her was not the color of his eyes, she couldn't even remember that detail later. What she remembered was how attentively he listened when she spoke. His focus made her feel valued and understood, and that impression came entirely from the way he used eye contact during conversation. The practical element combines health and behavior. Good sleep, proper hydration, and addressing any eye-related concerns help maintain a healthy appearance. More importantly, cultivating genuine presence can dramatically affect how others perceive you. When speaking with someone, give them your full attention. Put distractions aside, quiet your mental to-do list, and engage fully in the conversation. Presence is a skill that can be developed, and one of the first places it becomes visible is in the eyes. Number 4, shoulders and posture. This is the feature I mentioned earlier, the one many men over 60 stop paying attention to, even though women continue to notice it immediately. Posture, shoulder position, and the way a man moves through the world communicate powerful messages. In just a few seconds, people often form impressions about confidence, energy, and overall presence based largely on body language. According to relationship expert Esther Perel, posture contributes to what she describes as erotic presence. Attraction is often influenced by energy, and that energy is reflected in how a person occupies space and carries themselves. A man may have attractive physical features, but poor posture can diminish their impact. On the other hand, someone with average looks can appear far more appealing simply because of the confidence and ease reflected in their body language. Research supports this idea. Studies have found that people with open, upright postures are often perceived as more attractive, confident, and desirable than those with closed or slouched postures. In some cases, posture influences first impressions more strongly than clothing, grooming, or facial features. For many men over 60, years of desk work, repetitive habits, and the belief that appearance matters less with age can contribute to declining posture. Yet posture may become even more important later in life because it reflects whether someone remains engaged and active or has withdrawn from the world around them. The shoulders play a major role in this impression. Rounded, forward-leaning shoulders can suggest insecurity, fatigue, or a lack of confidence. In contrast, shoulders that are comfortably back and relaxed often convey openness, self-assurance, and vitality. One woman in her 60s recalled attending a reunion where she noticed two men of the same age and similar build. The difference was not their appearance but their posture. One moved with slumped shoulders, shortened steps, and a lowered head. The other walked with an upright stance, level gaze, and steady stride. Although they were the same age, she felt as if one appeared decades younger than the other. The good news is that posture can improve. Becoming aware of shoulder position throughout the day can create immediate changes. Long-term improvement comes from strengthening the muscles that support proper alignment, particularly those in the upper back and core. Among all the physical traits discussed, posture may offer the greatest return for the least effort. Unlike many aspects of appearance that cannot be changed, posture is largely within a person's control and can dramatically influence how others perceive them. Number 5. The mouth and how it moves. While a smile is certainly important, attraction is influenced by much more than that. The lips, teeth, and especially the way the mouth moves during conversation all contribute to the impression a person creates. Esther Perel has noted that the mouth plays a central role in both communication and attraction. During conversations, women often pay attention not only to what a man says but also to how he says it. The movements of the mouth, the expressions that accompany speech, and the overall quality of communication can reveal far more than words alone. In many ways, the mouth serves as a window into personality, emotion, and connection. It shapes how warmth, confidence, humor, and sincerity are perceived, making it one of the most influential features in social and romantic interactions.